Across Canada, cases of the respiratory virus RSV, those case numbers are still going up, and this is particularly worrying for families with young children. Nikki Wagar's sons are two of the many children who have been infected. Her 5-month-old spent 6 days in the hospital. He needed a high-flow machine to breathe, and he needed a feeding tube. Nikki is joining us now, who is thankfully back home. Nikki, nice to meet you. Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what you've been going through, you and your sons and your family. You've just spent, what, 6 days in the hospital in Kingston, Ontario with your 5-month-old son, Coulson. And I understand at one point he stopped breathing altogether. What can you tell us about what happened?
He did. They called it an episode. I guess with RSV, the linings of the lungs are filled with mucus. And so what could have happened is a mucus plug blocked his airways. And yeah, it was stressful. Like, a bunch of nurses rushed in and the machines were all going off and the oxygen wasn't helping. And, you know, they were patting his chest really hard and just kind of encouraging him to breathe. And luckily the stopping of the breathing only lasted about, 5-7 seconds.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It seems like a lifetime. Yeah. It was very stressful, but luckily he pulled through that one, but that was very scary.
I can't imagine. We're going to show a video that you took of your son, Coulson, but I want to caution viewers, it may be difficult for people to watch. And I understand this was right before you went to the hospital. So here's the video, and you could just see he's really struggling to get some air in. So how do you go from, okay, looking at your son to saying, we got to get to the hospital?
We had done a lot of research about RSV leading up to this. I mean, it's been all over the news. A lot of doctors are posting on social media the different videos to look for RSV. And so it hit relatively quickly. It was only within 1 to 2 days that he really went downhill. And that's when I took that video. And, sitting on the couch, having him breathe like that, my husband and I just kept saying, like, this isn't normal. Like, this is not a normal cold. We've all been sick. We've all been there. We have never struggled to breathe like that. And that was the moment in time where we knew that we needed to get more help. At that time, we had already gone to Emerge twice in our local town. And that was the lead up to RSV.
And how did this all start? Did he start with having a runny nose? Like, how did it all begin?
It was a simple runny nose and sneeze. And within 2 days, his respiratory rate was through the roof and couldn't breathe. 2 days.
Wow, unbelievable. And I want to ask you about your other son. Your 3-year-old son, Bennett, still has pneumonia.
Yes.
Is that right? With his infection with RSV?
He does. He does. We actually took him to the hospital first, where he was needing oxygen support. And then they diagnosed him with bronchiolitis, which is a form of RSV, a severe type, and it turned into pneumonia. So it's been a week and a half here.
Nikki, I honestly, I can't even imagine. So how's Coulson doing now?
He's much better. I learned in the hospital that when you have RSV, it typically peaks around day 5 to 7. And then once they hit that peak, they recover relatively quickly afterwards. Now, when you develop RSV, the younger you are, the more severe it is. Mm-hmm. And he actually developed a secondary infection. So he has a double ear infection. Oh. Poor kid. And he developed thrush from the antibiotics.
I can't imagine what's going through his mind. He's like, this is life, like he's 5 months old. 5 months old.
So poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy. So what do you want parents to know about this illness? What do they need to know? And really navigating the healthcare system right now?
I think that parents need to understand that it can happen to them. Like, we're not invincible from it. We're relatively safe in our little home with our, small group of friends, our family. We never thought that RSV would hit us. Like I said, we watched lots of videos on it, and yet we were the ones that were in the hospital. And, a couple years ago, the big talk was, don't kiss my baby. I think it goes beyond that at this point in life with how full our hospital systems are and with how severe RSV is. I think that if you're stuffy, even if you have a simple sore throat, just stay away from kids. I mean, it's very, very easily spread, and it's really scary when the younger children are getting it. So if you're just not feeling well, just kind of stay away until you're feeling better. It's just not worth it.
Nikki, thank you so much for your time. We're so glad that your boys are okay. And thanks for sharing your story. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.